Holy, 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 Lord God of hosts, heaven and earth are full of your glory. Hosanna in the highest. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. La ultima cena, as the Italians say, the Last Supper, coinciding as it does with the great Passover meal, celebrated by Jews the world over in memory of their flight to freedom from Egypt. Jesus entered Jerusalem on the very same day as the Jews chose their sacrificial lambs, took them to their homes, and kept them as part of their families until they were slaughtered in readiness for the Passover feast. It would turn out that Jesus too, mirroring the progression of the great festival, is himself taken into the family of the city and later crucified on the very same day as the sacrificial lambs. When the night of the Passover came, he took a room and gathered together with his disciples for the traditional meal. And before they ate, he washed their feet, saying, "What I am about to tell you is true. A servant is not more important than his master, and a messenger is not more important than the one who sends him. Now you know these things, so you will be blessed if you do them." And reclining together then before the meal, he then told them that some of them would later betray him, and they all vigorously denied that they ever would. Later, when we look at Giotto's powerful fresco, The Kiss of Judas, we will see the truth we already know. In a few hours' time, he will be betrayed, and events will gather pace. But for now there is a moment of precious peace, a last moment to be together and share the final meal. And taking the bread in his hands and giving thanks, he said the blessing, broke the bread, and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take this, all of you, and eat of it, for this is my body, which will be given up for you." In a similar way, when supper was ended, he took the chalice, and giving thanks, he said the blessing, and gave the chalice to his disciples, saying, "Take this, all of you, and drink from it, for this is the chalice of my blood, the blood of the new and eternal covenant, which will be poured out for you and for many, for the forgiveness of sins. Do this in memory of me." The mystery of faith. Some say this is the mystery that even the angels cannot comprehend, and ultimately this is what it will always be. It would be utterly facetious to offer any definitive words, for this is the subject worthy of a lifetime's contemplation. What we can say is that it's a story wholeheartedly entered into still by millions across the world each day, each week, as if it were truly real. Like stepping through a portal, if you like, into a realm out of time, not part of the everyday world, but always close by, accessed through the ceremony and the ritual of the Mass. For others, it is simply a reenactment in gracious memory. Yet whatever it is, and at whatever level remembered, it pays homage to Jesus and to this moment in time. Joseph Campbell has said, "The Mass is a metaphor open to transcendence, and as such, it is capable of miraculous effects in transforming not only the bread and wine, but the human personality as well. And this, indeed, is part of the mystery. This idea that in approaching the numinous we might reconnect, if only for a moment, with that part of ourselves, the sacred within, from which, as souls incarnated upon the earth, we are estranged. The desire to return is hardwired within us all, and this explains the power of the ritual. You know, it never ceases to amaze me, when sometimes I attend Mass, just how many people are there at 8 in the morning, after a hard week at work, and I often wonder what draws them. There are many explanations, I know, and yet I like to imagine, and in many ways I know it to be true, that they are as moths drawn to the flame, the irresistible flame, the flame imperishable, as Tolkien called it, and to get that little bit closer to the secret that blazes forth at the centre of the mystery. Myths may bring us nearer, magic may illuminate, philosophy may elucidate, but the mystery remains as it must, for it is in us, and we are in it.